All right, everyone, so we're only 10 days away from the start of the high school football season here in Texas. And man, the Cuero Gobblers, they're going to have a lot to change start up the season. So they are losing star quarterback Mason Nataro and running back Kenneth Jackson. And now under center will be Jackson Marie, who was on defensive back last season, folks. And man, and now he's going to go over be a great athlete at quarterback. So head coach Jared Feacock is saying he can do it all, and he has a dynamic aspect to his game, and he can't wait for his junior quarterback to take over in just a few days.
He can do everything we ask him to do. He can make all the throws. He's good at reading defenses. He's got good speed. I think the kids respect him, and so he's had a really good summer and a really good fall camp so far. And so we're just looking forward to getting to play some competitive, other teams other than just the Gobblers. And so looking forward for him to have a big season.
The Gobblers, they went 12-1 last season, and Cuero, they're going to be tested in week 1 to say the least. They get to start off ranked at number 12, but they welcome Columbus Cardinals, who are projected to be a top 3 team. Man, Cuero, nice early test to start off the season. Now staying with football, we're previewing another team in 3A now, the Hallettsville Brahmas. The Brahmas, they're in Class 3A Division 1. They went 7-4 last season, and the Brahmas, man, they're not going to have running back Jay Sean Price, who was graduated last season, and man, was really a Swiss Army knife for the team. And man, Hallettsville, they did beat some of the area teams we talk about here in the Crossroads. They beat Shiner and Yoakum last season. And under head coach Levi Montgomery, they're trying to keep the momentum going. And one player that's going to be huge for them is going to be Jerain Wilson, who again committed baseball at Texas A&M. But don't worry, folks, he's going to be back here for the football season in his senior year now. Man, he's trying to make a statement for the Brahmas, and they open up against the Comanches again on August 30th, next Friday. And now here we go, staying in high school football ranks. Now the dreaded heat, like Mac has been talking about, is arriving here in the Crossroads area. So what is the UIL going to do here with these heat protocols going into this season? Here's some of the guidelines that I've figured out. If you look at it, every practice outside for the players, there'll be, again, rapid cooling zones, whether it's going to be cold tubs, cold water tarps. They're going to be at every practice for all the players for when they do. And then also another thing that's going to happen, rest breaks. They're going to be taken, and when they are, players, they recommended that they stay hydrated as much as possible. And man, coaches and players also need to keep in mind about the heat injury prevention for everything that goes on when the heat arrives. Now over to the pros, the Houston Astros. They walked it off last night over the Boston Red Sox 5-4 from the bat of Yanier Diaz. And the Astros, they were down early 4-2 last night with Masataka Yoshida hitting a 2-run shot for the Red Sox. But the Astros, they showed resilience and they scored 3 unanswered runs with the walk-off from Diaz. Man, the Astros, they're going to try to keep the win streak alive tonight at Minute Maid Park. And for the Astros, Ronel Blanco is again on the mound, 9-6 overall, and has a 2.69 ERA. And while we talk about high school football, last thing tonight, we get to talk about former athletes from the area, a Yoakum Bulldog and Zach Taylor, who is now a receiver at Arkansas. Man, he was the quarterback of the team last year, and you can see he's now wide receiver, trying to show off here in the Crossroads area again. Man, it was a big time in SEC country. It's just, man, good to see that, Don, when you got players like that coming again from our area here and representing well there in the next